Good afternoon and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 175, part 6. Using Sefer Hachinuch Mitzvah Day keeps your soul in its way. It's a long mitzvah, as I mentioned. The obligation of immersion, Parsha, Spesura, the book of Vayikra, and here we go. The Chinuch returns to the subject of a chatzitza, the interposition. As mentioned above, when one immerses, there may not be anything interposing between the body of the one immersing and the water. This means that the person must be unclothed, and also that there may not be anything attached to the person's body or to the utensil being immersed. You got to remove those labels when you immerse vessels. Here the Chinuch sets out the specifics of what is considered a chatzitza, again, an interposition, that invalidates an immersion. Also included in this mitzvah are the laws of a chatzitza upon the body of one who is immersing. Regarding this matter, the sages of blessed memory have stated that under biblical law, if there was an interposing substance, a chatzitza covering the majority of the body of the person who was immersing, or the majority of the utensil that was being immersed, their immersion is not effective, provided that the person is particular about the presence of the thing that constitutes the chatzitza. However, if the person is not particular about the presence of the substance covering his body or the utensil, and it is something about which most people are not particular, then his or her immersion is effective. Moreover, if the chatzitza is upon only the minority, less than half of the person's body or the utensil, then even if the person is particular about his presence, according to biblical law, his or her immersion is still effective. In short, under biblical law, a chatzitza is something that covers the majority of the body and is objectionable to the person. The rabbinic law is more stringent in two respects. However, by decree of the sages, the law is, number one, that if one immersed with any substance interposing between his body or the body of the utensil and the waters of the mikveh, even if the chatzitza covers only a minute portion of the body, if he or she is particular about it, then his or her immersion is not effective. This decree that even a chatzitza on a minority of the body invalidates the immersion, if one is particular about it, was issued on account of the concern for immersion with a chatzitza on the majority of the body, which is biblically prohibited if one is particular about it. And furthermore, number two, if the chatzitza covers the majority of one's body, then even if the person is not particular about it at all, his or her immersion is not effective. This decree that a chatzitza on the majority of the body invalidates the immersion, even if the person is not particular about it, was issued on account of the concern for immersion with a chatzitza that covers the majority of the body, and one is particular about it, which is biblically prohibited. In light of these decrees, there remains only one case in which a chatzitza does not invalidate an immersion. It thus emerges that only if there was an interposing substance on a minority of the body, and one is not particular about its presence, is the immersion effective for the person even under rabbinical law, and that is because now, in this case, there are two positive factors that militate, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, for the validity of the immersion. Okay, we'll have to continue tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and to sponsor future Mitzvah 36, 100 for the gold.